Formula One on ITV, sponsored by Toyota.
Fernando Alonso's the name, age 21, the youngest ever pole sitter. Jarno Trulli, his Renault teammate, alongside. Michael Schumacher relegated to the second row. Unrestrained joy at Renault. The boss, Flavio Briatore, and the team enjoying their best qualifying session in 20 years. It's another big surprise in F1 2003. It's race day. We have new names, new faces, new uniforms on the front row of the grid for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Hello there, good morning from sweltering Sepang, just outside of Kuala Lumpur. Well done for joining us live on ITV1. It is always the best way. Well, we got off to a real thriller in Australia. This one is beautifully poised. The grid underlining F1 2003 is totally unpredictable. Alonso's got the flu, the first Spaniard ever to lead the pack. Trulli's been up front before. Those Renaults are fast starters. Michael Schumacher's won here twice. Melbourne winner Coulthard in shape on the second row. Then Barrichello, Raikkonen paying for mistakes. Montoya probably had a heavy fuel load. Button out-qualifies BAR teammate Villeneuve. The Jordans struggle for grip. The Jaguars ahead of Ralf Schumacher, last year's winner. The Brits Wilson and Furman down the back. Mark, the Renaults up front, can they stay there?
I would be highly surprised if the Renaults are not in the pit before lap 15, something like that. I don't think they've got enough fuel on to go past that. Alonso's on pole, a lot of pressure on a 21-year-old. Be interesting to see how he goes. And we all know the Renaults are probably the fastest starting cars on the grid.
You've got a sneaking feeling about David Coulthard and the McLaren?
Well, Ron Dennis was pretty upbeat last week, saying we should be snapping at Ferrari's heels. He said maybe we can outfox them on strategy, who knows, but they've been quite conservative in qualifying, working on the race strategy, and the Michelins are strong.
Let's just gauge the mood with the new boys at the sharp end of the grid. Lewis Goodman is close to those two amigos, Fernando and Jarno.
That's right, Jim, I am. How's this for something different? Two Renaults on the front row of the grid. Certainly put a smile on the face of this man, Flavio Briatore. Flavio, you're on the front row, but are you confident you've got the strategy right?
Look like, and see what happens. We try go quick as possible and see what happens when the people are doing behind us.
I know Flavio's not been very well. Fernando has not been very well this weekend. Is he going to be okay in this heat?
He may have fever, but I believe everything is under control.
Good luck, Flavio.
Ciao.
Might just have a bit of rain to cool him down, and we're not talking showers, we are talking equatorial storms. Current temperature 35 degrees ensures the hottest race of the year. Now you factor in a mini monsoon, it gets really steamy. Rain expected. The umbrellas are keeping out the sun at the moment. David Coulthard, winner in Melbourne, on the second row here. Let's hear from him. He's with Ted Kravitz.
Well, David, how do you rate your chances of another 10 points this afternoon?
Well, you could say that, as we say here, it's a reasonable chance, better chance than when I sat in the grid in Melbourne. Ferrari do have the underlying pace, but we can only go on the rumours from the pit lane that they had some difficulty with the soft tyre, so they may have run slightly more fuel in quality, but they certainly didn't look comfortable.
But you've certainly got the tyres and the fuel to do it.
Yeah, there's much more than the first stint that counts. Obviously, track temperature is going to play a big part. Renault, we believe, will stop before us, so it's going to be all eyes on the monitors, and see what happens with the pit stops.
Bit of support then from girlfriend Simone. Never discount this man, Tony. I know Renault are pretty fearful of Michael Schumacher this afternoon.
Interesting there, he was just putting on the latest Schubert helmet over the hands device as well, which seals out a lot of the extra noise, but he has to breathe through a special tube. You saw him putting an inner lining in the helmet. I'm just wondering how hot that's going to be today, Mark.
It's going to be very hot out there. The guys, you can just see, are topping up with fluids as well, getting the last little bit of hydration in their bodies, but expect them to lose a serious amount of fluid. And they go on the scales tomorrow morning. I guarantee you they'll be a couple of kilos lighter. All goes back on in a couple of days, just fluid loss, but it's incredible.
We've been looking up into the skies, Tony. There are a lot of clouds around.
Much more than yesterday, and we've got the official forecast there, and it says thunderstorms this afternoon, and the teams have been looking up there too. Renault, of course, will be hoping for that if they are light on fuel, if safety cars come out, and it does tend to come in sort of monsoon levels, doesn't it?
Well, it really is a long run down to that first corner. 21-year-old Fernando Alonso in his second drive in the Renault, leading the charge. Jarno Trulli we just saw there. Jarno actually living near Wokingham in Berkshire at the moment. Michael Schumacher in their mirrors. Championship leader David Coulthard is poised. Never discount Montoya in the Williams or Jenson Button. He was excellent round here. The heat and humidity make it the toughest physical test of the year. The Malaysian Grand Prix is next.